Have you ever had a great idea for a website, but then you just stopped because you thought you had to know all this complicated code? Well, today we are going to completely tear down that barrier. We're going to walk through a super clear, step-by-step plan to get your site up and running without writing a single line of code.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to bust the biggest myth about building a website. Then, we'll talk about the foundation, the two things you absolutely need to get started. After that, we'll get into the powerhouse tool that makes it all possible, have some fun choosing a look, and then wrap it all up with a simple, actionable plan you can use right away.
All right, let's get right into it and tackle the single biggest hurdle, that mental block that stops so many amazing ideas from ever seeing the light of day online.
I bet this feels pretty familiar, right? You picture a developer, surrounded by all these screens of green, cryptic text. And for a long, long time, that's what building a website was. And yeah, it was super intimidating. But here's the good news. That world has totally changed.
This right here really shows you the whole story. The old way meant you had to learn multiple complex coding languages, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, just to build something basic. It was a ton of work. The new way? Well, it's all handled by something called a content management system, or a CMS. Think of it like your personal coding assistant who does all the really hard technical stuff for you in the background.
So, let this sink in, because it's the most important takeaway of all. You do not need to know how to code to build an amazing, professional-looking website. The tools we have today are so incredibly powerful that they do all the coding for you. This frees you up to focus on what actually matters, your ideas, your content, and your design.
Okay, so if we're not coding, where do we even start? Well, you start with the two fundamentals that every single website needs. The best way to think about it is like buying property. First, you need an address, and then you need a plot of land for your new online home.
First things first, you need a domain name. It's that simple. This is just your address on the internet. It's that unique name people type into their browser to find you, like google.com or yourcoolidea.com. It's your official identity on the web.
And if that domain name is your address, then hosting is the actual land where your website is built. It's a service that stores everything, all your text, your images, your videos, and it makes them available for anyone in the world to see, 24/7. Without hosting, your address would just point to an empty lot.
Okay, so we've got our address, and we've got our land. Now we need the engine, right? The tool that's actually going to build our house. And for that, we're going to use the most popular tool on the entire planet for this job.
Remember that acronym we mentioned earlier? CMS? A content management system is just a fancy name for software that lets you build and manage your website using a really simple visual interface. So instead of writing code, you just click buttons like Add New Page. And the most famous, most powerful CMS in the world is, you guessed it, WordPress.
And this is really how easy it is. If you've ever used something like Microsoft Word or Google Docs, you already have all the skills you need to use WordPress. Seriously. You type your text, you drag in some images, you hit publish, and behind the scenes, WordPress just instantly translates all of that into a perfectly coded web page. It's that simple.
And if you're wondering just how trusted WordPress is, get this. It powers over 30% of the entire internet. Now, why does that matter to you? It means there's this huge global community behind it, so you can find endless free tutorials and thousands of tools to help you do anything you want. It's powerful, it's flexible, and you're never on your own if you get stuck.
All right, our foundation is solid and our engine is fired up. Now we get to the really fun part, making your site look absolutely amazing. So how do you get that professional design without, hiring an expensive designer? The answer is one little word: themes.
Think of a theme like a complete design package or a new outfit for your website. With just a single click, you can install a theme, and instantly, everything changes. The layout, the colors, the fonts, the whole vibe. It's like a total makeover for your website in seconds.
The real magic of themes is how flexible they are. You can find beautiful, professional designs for literally any kind of website you can imagine. A store, a portfolio, a blog, you name it. And they're not set in stone. You can customize them with your own logo, your own colors, your own photos. And the best part, if you decide you want a fresh new look a year from now, you can just switch themes without losing any of your precious content.
Okay, we have busted the coding myth, we've laid our foundation, we've picked our engine, and we've figured out how to make it look great with themes. So now let's put it all together into one simple, actionable plan.
This is it. This is your roadmap. Step 1, choose that perfect domain name and register it. Step 2, sign up for a hosting plan. Step 3, install WordPress. And by the way, most hosts let you do that with a single click. Step 4, find a theme that you absolutely love and make it your own. And finally, step 5, start adding your pages and your content. That's it. That is the entire process, from a simple idea to a live website.
So, the biggest barrier you thought was there? It's gone. The path forward is crystal clear, and all the tools you need are ready and waiting for you. The only real question left is, what are you going to build?